stars. Like, if you're looking for mobility, then it makes absolute sense. But if you're looking for accuracy,
Well, not accuracy. I talk about safe motion control, so don't actually point at someone.
well, no, well then you want a longer because it goes with that mobility. All right, I started it.
How mobility is.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's harder to do it, the easier it is.
Yeah, that's why like they're not too many accidental sword hits or bows and arrows accidents that there are. Hope means energy, energy.
You can't even speak the right word.
King Jesus, you're amazing. We thank you for today. You are an amazing God. Thank you. We are so thankful for the way that you created the heavens and the earth. And we declare allegiance to you time and time again in your goodness. Amen. All right. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 12 to 31. Hope means energy. Who has gauged the waters in his palm, surveyed the heavens with his span, measured earth's dirt by the gallon, weighed the mountains with a balance, the hills with scales. Who has directed Yahweh's spirit, or as the person to give him counsel, made it known to him? With whom did he take counsel, so that he helped him understand? Taught him the way to make decisions. Taught him knowledge, made known to him the way of understanding. Their nations count like a drop from a pan, like a cloud on scales. Their foreign shores are like a fine cloud rising. Lebanon, there's not enough to burn. Its animals, there aren't enough for a burnt offering. All the nations are like nothing over against him. They count as less than not, emptiness to him. So whom would you compare God? Or what comparison would you put forward for him? The image which a craft worker cast, a smith beats it out with chain, and a smith with silver chains. Is it siso fit for tribute? Wood that doesn't rot that someone chooses? He seeks for himself a clever craft worker to step an image so it doesn't wobble. Do you not acknowledge? Do you not listen? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood earth's foundations? There is one who sits above the earth's horizon. Its inhabitants like grasshoppers. One who stretched out the heavens like net, spreads them like a tent for sitting in. One who makes sovereigns nothing, makes earth's authorities pure emptiness. They're really not planted, really not sown. Their stem is really not rooting in the earth, that he blows on them and they shrivel, and the whirlwind carries them off like straw. So to whom would you compare me? So I could be similar, says the Holy One. Lift your eyes on high and look, who created these. The one who brings out their army is in full number, summons all of them by name, because of the abundance of his power, and as one mighty in strength, not one lags behind. Why do you say, Jacob, why speak Israel? My way has hidden from Yahweh. A decision about me passes away from my God. Have you not acknowledged or not listened? Yahweh is God of the ages, creator of earth's end. He doesn't get faint or weary. There's no fathoming of his understanding. He gives strength to the faint, and to one who has no resources, he gives much energy. Youths may get faint and weary. Young men may totally collapse. But people who look for Yahweh get new energy. They grow pinions like eagles. They run and don't get weary. They walk on and don't faint. All right, any themes you saw in that reading? I'm definitely seeing the amazingness of Yahweh, and I feel like it's a call to look back to him. Don't be tempted to look at idols that are mute and say nothing, but look to him, for he gives energy. Yesterday in church, we were visited by the choir from a shelter for women who have been finding their way out of involvement with alcohol, drugs, and prostitution. Their first song was about the hope they have found in Christ, and that theme ran through the testimonies three of them gave as they told their overwhelming moving stories about experience that lay behind. Hey, friends. So reading the commentary, and then, so just quiet for through commentary, please. So I'll do a quick recap. All right, HPQ. Okay, well I'm reading. All right. So here again, they're in exile. Yahweh, as this prophet, is calling them to look towards Yahweh. Don't look towards mute idols. And look at Yahweh, who creates the heavens and the earth and who gives energy to people. I like this. He gives strength to the faint, and to the one who has no resources, he gives much energy. Youths may get faint and weary. Young men may totally collapse. But people who look for Yahweh get new energy. They grow pinions like eagles. They run and don't get weary. They walk on and don't faint. All right, so that's the recap of the reading. No, this is in the For Everyone. So it's John Goldengaze. It's his translation. He's a smart Old Testament theologian. And then whenever we read from the New Testament, it'll be N.T. Wright's translation, in which he, like, both of them look at the original ancient language and try to make it very readable and try to honor the ancient intent of the writing. N.T. Wright, so it's Tom Wright. So Tom Wright does New Testament. John Goldingay does the Old Testament. That makes sense? So now this is John Goldingay's commentary, and so he's going to explain. Sometimes they do like a little bit of a story, but he's going to explain what the heck we just read, because as you know, reading the Bible can be very confusing. Yesterday in church, we were visited by the choir from a shelter for women who have been finding their way out of involvement with alcohol, drugs, and prostitution. Their first song was about the hope they have found in Christ, and that theme ran through the testimonies three of them gave as they told their overwhelmingly moving stories about experiences that lay behind the trouble they had got into, such as abandonment by a mother or abuse by a father. I find it impossible to look at the choir at its saying, because of the overwhelming because of the overpowering way in which joy shone out of these faces that were lined by past troubles. There were people who had surely cried out about how their way had been hidden from God and how God was not making any decisions about what happened to them. It was as if their lives had ceased to be lived within the purview of God's area of concern. So he's saying, like, their story, it looks like, especially when people go through like trauma and abuse, it looks like God doesn't see them. It was as if there was an area of light over there, but where they lived was darkness outside that light. It's an image one of them used. But then they had found their way into the area of light through the people at the shelter and had begun to imagine that they could have a future. Given how God had abandoned the Judahites when commissioning the Babylonians to destroy their capital and had let them take many into exile, and then let the people mark time at best in Judah or in Babylon for half a century, You couldn't blame the Judahites for crying out the same way. Yet the prophet does rebuke them for doing so, or at least wants them to see that the moment has arrived to stop. He begins by bringing out into the open 4 other realities they are tempted to trust in or be overwhelmed by. The first is the empire itself, the nations. You couldn't blame the Judahites for being impressed. The empire had, after all, defeated them, destroyed their capital, and exiled many of them. So the prophet begins with an outrageous assertion of how unimpressive the empire is. But everything depends on what you compare it with. Suppose you compare it with God, the God whose power is expressed in the world that he created and whose history he controls. The implication isn't that he doesn't care about the nations in Lebanon or its forests and animals. It's that they aren't a threat to him. To whom else could you compare Yahweh? What about the image of gods that the Babylonians had, which would impress the exiles as they were carried about in procession in Babylon? Compare them with that pathetic, destroyed temple in Jerusalem. Excuse me, says the prophet, have you thought about how images get made? They're made by human craft workers, overlaid with gold, and provided with silver chains so no one can steal them. It's embarrassing if someone steals your God. They start off as a piece of sisal wood, a hardwood that's valuable enough for using to pay tribute to the king, wood that doesn't rot. It's embarrassing if your God rots. Their work complete. The crafts worker set up the image carefully to make sure it doesn't fall over. It's embarrassing if your God falls over. What about the emperor's rulers, the great succession of kings, and the rulers of the nations within the empire? Think again about the world Yahweh created, the prophet says. These sovereigns are no more impressive about the rest than the rest of the grasshopper-like creatures that God looks down on from the heavens. Again, the prophet doesn't imply that God doesn't care about human beings. The point is that God doesn't have to be impressed by them. God can put them down in the moment if he chooses. Fourth, what about the heavenly beings of whom the Babylonians took so much notice? The planets and stars that they saw as ruling what happens on earth. But who is in charge of them? The prophet asked. It's Israel's Holy One. The planets and stars are the army of which he is the commander-in-chief. They obey his orders. For instance, in the way they bring day and night and changes in season. In light of all those considerations, it's foolish to entertain the idea that the people's destiny could have escaped God's purview and that they need to be afraid of or impressed by Babylon and its spiritual resources. You ready for Clencher, Broheim? Yahweh is about to act to put down the empire, restore Jerusalem, and bring the exiles home. Events you could watch unfolding on the television news were the ones in which Yahweh was involved in order to fulfill these intentions. If you know who God is and what God is going to do, so that you can look to those events that are coming, then it energizes you in the present. All right. Any themes stood out to you? Any themes stood out to you guys?
Finding light within the darkness, like the story of the Testament.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's a very interesting. So it's like as if, let's say there's light everywhere, and then like let's say I'm in front of this computer, like, and there's no, it's completely dark and dim right here. Like I feel like Yahweh doesn't see me. Just like the story of the ladies. So yeah. And the exiles, you know, they just got into their city destroyed. The empire also destroyed the temple where you worship your God. So it can feel like your God has been humiliated. And here Yahweh is like, that did not humiliate me at all. Please look to me. Any things for you, Ethan? It's a good question. I it can feel that way. Luckily by the story of Yahweh, he is with the sufferer. And so I truly believe he does see people in their suffering. He saw me in my suffering. Even though in the moment it doesn't feel that way. and this is that the whole part where he gives humanity the right to rule and define good and bad on their own. And so when people define good and bad, it's like one thing when it brings destruction on yourself for defining good and bad, but it's also like when you define good and bad and then it also affects the other. So like when my mom defined good and bad and made the terrible decisions that she made, like it affected me as her son. And it's like his mercy. It's like his mercy from letting human evil to not instantly like jumping on human evil. Because every time he jumps on human evil, then that will also be injustice, right? Like, and so he's usually considered long suffering, merciful, where there's a moment, and that's where like the final judgment really comes into play. Like that's when all evil will be made right. But here under the torture of life, there's just moments where it feels like he's not there, but he's there. It's just he doesn't jump on every time someone compromises. The Book of Job actually goes through that wrestling. Highly recommend studying the Book of Job, because in the ancient world, they really believed, okay, so if anything evil happens to you, then you must have done something evil. Then because God's now inflicting evil on you. If you have richness, then it's because you've done good, and so then Yahweh is showering riches on you. But then the Book of Job, then like he's a righteous man who actually has a lot of evil done to him. And then so then he's like, he really believes that he has done nothing evil, and he hasn't. And then he's like, why is all these evil happening to me? Does that answer your question? Sorry, they're always long-winded, but I feel like anything important requires a paper's worth of explanation. Any themes stood out to you, Logan? No? All right. We can start. Oh. Yeah. Wow, way to throw it back at me. Jerk. No. I loves like I read the parts about the wood, the gold. Like he's like I didn't know the wood was so like the sisal wood, which we read. Maybe. Here we go. It's here it talks about like people who look towards idols, like the sisal wood. Like I guess it's wood that didn't rot. Because it won't be embarrassing if your god, I guess if your god rotted. So it's really valuable wood. I didn't know that. Now I'm curious what sisal wood looks like. Yeah, you can start. Here it is. So it's called Dalbero Siso. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess for some reason it doesn't rot. So then they'll. Oh, dude, the ancients did really good stuff with what they had. Lot, but this one. So for some reason, that wood is so valuable that you could pay your taxes with it. No, in the ancient world. Just like it was a valuable form of currency. Because, like there were coins then, but you could just always give goods. I imagine like there's always the king's cut. So if you had a field, the king will get a part of that field for him, his cabinet, and his officers. Like even Samuel warns them about that. Like, you're not going to be truly free if you guys choose a king. And they're like, we still want a king. But yeah, I think what they answer your question, I love how he went down and kind of like explain how Isaiah was showing the ridiculousness of idols are. It's like they actually like, you know, like for your god, you also then have to you cast him, you make it in such a way he doesn't topple over, and then you also put a silver chain around it so it never gets stolen. What a weak god, you know? And so I was like, that's a really smart way. That's a really cool way of seeing it. Thank you. Yeah, we you know every day we do a bio project card, and so then the very first time we went through, when I saw something that was good enough to be a background, I'll hit Control, oh wait, Windows, print screen, and I'll just save the screen, and so it became my background. What is huh? So I wanted to move it from right there to over here. Actually, I was going to put it there, but then I let Bailey make the call, and she wanted it right there. It's actually like when it's dark, it actually does like a really cool contrast of lights. It's up. Let's go. Yeah, it's like a pink purple. No, it just goes from light to bright. Yo, yo, yo. Let's do it. Ah. I don't have anything for subscribers anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. I need to do that.
You got Batman Arkham City? Since when is this a game? I was going to go to Dark Souls.
Nihility.
3? Look, it's already down. You want to check out Dark Souls 1 first? Oh, it's already done. Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh. Oh, Cuphead. Why do I have... Wait, Cuphead? Yeah, we were playing... Oh, this is...
If you guys need me to put on headphones, I don't need to blast. If it's annoying, I don't need to blast my what I'm listening to. It's pretty.
I can't think Bandai like but they didn't make Dark Souls.
Yeah, they became the big money.
I mean, like,
It's like Helldivers 2, right? Like it has Sony's big money behind it, but it was I think Arrowhead Studio who actually like made it. There's not too many games I've seen Logan stay committed from beginning to end besides Dark Souls. It's the only game I've seen Logan. Or Geometry Dash.
Why do you have so many masks of the bundle? Look at his health bar. That's a boss health bar.
Can you yell flame on every time you swing? So, the best thing in the game is I beat these mimics and not everyone can carry bread on their back. But that's like the joke. That's like the joke wardrobe. Like they have like, I'm serious.
Yeah, I like to look at it.
Yeah. Oh, it's based in France.
Oh.
Which, you know.
Oh, dude,
It's. Oh yeah, that's like her thing. For some reason, she goes. Yeah. You know, I wanna rest.
Oh wait, that was not the.
Yeah. Are you character grinding, Ethan? What game? I need to get in our family. Wait, why can you not play on that computer?
So you can a seat connected to the tablet.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Let me help.
Let me flow.
Well, that's if the door is only there if you fought them before and lost. Well, someone on that account did.
Wait, did you go to the
Feel the burn. Look out! Ready to evade.
Get ready.
I die, so be it. So be it. I see you now.
Take him down.
What have we here? Clair? I see you.
Oh yeah, because you could pretty much go anywhere.
Go anywhere?
Well, class-wise.
Isn't it? No, that's not.
Lightning strike! Attention! Here we go.
Oh wait, there is. That'd be like. Really? What? Oh wait,
Where are we?
Take him down.
Le nez, attention.
We can use that.
Let's speed things up.
That remote's stupid. Don't use that one. Sorry. I have a bunch of remotes back right there too if you just want to use controller. Oh, it does. It's just janky. I know people who have used keyboard and mouse. It's just janky. It does. Yeah. I know someone. I know someone who does. I do. I'm not lying. So my cousin David, like, watch him. He has a friend who plays it with keyboard and mouse.
Yo, you're messing him up, bro.
Oh, talking about that.
Okay. How do I connect this remote?
Hit the Windows button. Oh wait, actually I don't know. You might have to plug that in.
Can I just grab an Xbox? No, what the
It has to have a. Actually, you can use the black one. Unwind it, and that one should work. It requires the old like Android connectors.
They're just paddles. Whoa, wait, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's. I gave it to Brendan, but that's like a no. It's like an elite, so it allows you to like. So you can have both fingers on here. It pretty much makes so all the buttons are. Then you can use these fingers for.
Okay.
All right, are you gonna? It's gonna use that Xbox controller, or are you gonna use a PlayStation? Okay. That one only. So plug it into the hub behind it. Should work. There you go. Connected. Press B. B. There you go.
Useful.
Sure. I have never seen this enemy before. Yeah, it's true.
A storm is coming. Feel the burn.
Take him down.
Or never. Really?
Ah. Ow, oh, dude, that's we go. Okay, fine, we'll have a little. That's right, okay. Attack so I can freaking get a. Yeah. Oh. Fuck. Yeah. Wait, actually. Wait, am I actually on this? Oh my gosh, hitting more time! No!
Oh,
Dude, he was on a slither helm.
yeah.
I'm gonna go kill him. I'm gonna go kill him. That was close though. That was like that turn back at you. And that was was it this way? That like also, I feel like I just. Wait, Logan, can you tell me something real quick? Logan, does this guy drop anything I
An
want?
advantage.
Or is he literally just there for a challenge? Wait, can I backstab him? Oh. Ah! Let me like backstab. Oh, no.
It's locked on you. Lune, attention. Ready to evade. Ready. Death is a friend.
Clair. Ooh,
Or someone you told me just.
but I sense something scary.
Huh?
Man, I almost got a first try. Can't jump. Oh wait, how do you? Not jump.
I guess not. I guess yeah. I guess you got just the roll.
That's not really the first thing. But it was on the floor. Dude, okay, now I'm one.
Your soul was mine.
The bonfires like back in. I thought the guy was gonna like. What? Can't even level up. Like,
A storm is coming. Let us stain them. Feel the burn. I see you. It's locked on you. I'm ready. Ready to evade. Ready to evade. Ready. I see you. No more tricks.
Firebomb good.
A storm is coming. Feel the burn. Doing in. locked on you. I told you. I told you.
Logan, you hear me?
Didn't mean it.
So down B to get your ink back. Oh. Yeah, Inkling sucks without ink.
I'll do it. Didn't mean it. Not looking good.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful.
Let's push forward. Ready to evade. Look out. Well, well. Death's a friend.
Oh wait. How are you? Oh, I first tried him. He only hit me once.
Let us stain them. Well, well. Death is a friend.
For those who come after.
Let us see. I'll do it. Let's play. No more tricks. Точка ста. Try me.
Oh. Scared me? Logan, where am I supposed to go from Ireland? Ah, I got it. Logan, where do I go? What is that tree? To a bonfire. And I'm supposed to, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? The bonfire. Oh. I was so lost. No, don't do it.
Lightning, strike! Zooming in. Let's speed things up. Ready to evade. Zooming in.
All right, friend, we're at time. Yeah.
Take them down.
Oh wait, I was alive.
Let's speed things up.
Lune, watch out!
I've seen you.
Logan, I'm in a completely different.
Careful now.
I am, yep. You done?
Fireball? Why do I have so many fireballs?